Hello, hello. Good morning and good afternoon to my friends over in the UK. Good evening, I think, to some parts of Australia. I hope you can hear me. I only turned one camera on this morning. The other one doesn't do me any good for lives, but... And good morning, Dee Dee at my big tidy up. She says, good morning. Time for Tuesday morning dose of giggles from Coleen. And I've already started. Oh. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'll give you a quick thing of what I do. I think my name says it pretty well. Coleen sews and chats. I probably chat more than sew. And occasionally, like right now, I'm doing DIY stuff. I'm not doing tutorials. I'm just doing like a glimpse of what I've done when I have to do things around the house, because things have to be done around the house. I'm supposed to get my new cordless drill today. That vanity is not getting started yet. I have a new vanity from my bathroom that I'm going to tear out the old one and put the new one in. And I still need the faucets. So, and there's Angel at Halo Inspirations. Now, before I forget, I'll tell you, Dee Dee is on. Did I say good morning, Deborah and Lynn? Did I? I meant to. That's what I was thinking in my head. Forgive me if I didn't. That's rude. You guys were here early. Dee Dee puts tidying, decor. I'm going to say simple DIY, and that's not an insult. I'm just saying, if there's a power tool, you're probably not going to see her do it right now. She may change her mind. We may inspire her. She puts videos up at 5 o'clock Friday Central Time, and Halo goes live and puts videos up usually on Wednesdays. And her live is usually 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm giving you the time in the content creator's time zone, not in mine. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Goodness, everybody's good morning. Let's see. I may be, what was I doing? Putting some links in over here. Everybody's saying good morning. Links to my friends, moderators, people I may mention will be over in the live chat box. They are also usually underneath the video somewhere. And I'll tell you today, since we're doing, well, we're going to talk about this. The homespun block, and the one I'm doing looks different than the card because I was trying really hard to stay away from the 1/8 measurement for everybody's sanity. I don't know that this was a better fix. This is the homespun out of the Quilt Builders card deck 2, which is right here, or 3. I fibbed. It's Quilt Builders card deck 3. There's links to this also. And while I'm on it, I'm going to pick next week's card if this does not. Let's not peek. Okay. Grab the things. I'll just grab a bunch. There we go. What'd I get? Oh, I like that one. Nonsense. How appropriate. This one is called Nonsense. It reminds me of somebody did a Mayflower. I like that one. I bet I can get that one done without 8s. I say proudly. I like that one. But I draw a random card from here, and this one will stay out until I'm finished. I draw a random card from here or out of a book that I have, Quilt Tools, something, another, underneath the video. I am not sponsored. I am not an affiliate with anyone. These are just what I have and what I'm doing, and I do what I like to do, and it helps that I'm not sponsored or anything like that, because I get to do what I want to do and what I have time to do without having to make time for somebody else's schedule, which suits me just fine. I apologize if that sounds rude. So today's, we're not getting into this yet. I got a haul, but I am going to show you. So a little bit. If you see, and it's begun. Oh, Deborah loves her new control pedal for the featherweight that she got from Halo. Cool. I was trying to figure out the simplest way to do those last night. If you'll give me just a second, I'm going to pick up the things I threw on the floor. I apologize. Every live. If it's a live, I'm dropping things. I tried this yesterday. It works. I'm not having any, we'll have to try a long time because some of them stay on longer. I'm not having any of the yellow I had with the purple glue stick. Sylvia said it washes out, but it also, I had trouble getting the paper off with that purple one. I don't know why. People use it all the time. I've seen lots of people use it. Most recently, I'll tell you, I saw Lisa Capon using one. I'm thinking maybe it's a bad batch. Although glue seems complicated, it's not. You just put it on and go. So let me get my moderators in there, although I hope they are sleeping in today. Sylvia, you and me FPP, putting her link in the chat. She does FPP. She does custom FPP. If you got a picture, she can turn it into FPP for you. Keep in mind, more complicated picture, the more complicated the FPP is going to be. And let's see, there's Sylvia, and here's Melissa. I hope. That's how I'm spelling her name today. So that's going to be the block that I hopefully get to at least work on. That's why I put up, yesterday. First I did some decluttering, and then I did some procrastinating. And then I was like, okay, I know this block isn't going to get done today. I need to get part of it done, and I need to record it. And then I was like, which way do we do this? Because when it comes to HSTs, yes, I provided FPP. Yes, I provided templates. So those are good. You could use those, but I was trying to think, is there a faster way? Is there a more efficient way? Can I try this? And you can do it. Traditional piecing also works. And I think it's kind of self-explanatory. The corner triangles square 1.5 inches. The flying geese are 1.5 by 2.5, and these are unfinished sizes. But I've got triangles on a roll and angles, and I don't like to say discouraging things to people. I will start out by saying, this is great. If you need the help, if you need this and this size, I think this was a huge waste of money for me. Okay, not a huge waste. It wasn't horribly expensive, but all it is, and I don't know why I didn't realize this. Look at the description. Look at videos. I mean, it's what we do, right? And still, I didn't realize this. Every page has, I don't think I'm giving anything away because I'm fairly certain this has been shown. And I am like, okay, well, I've pretty much got all of those. I can draw this and make FPP myself. So it's just what you want to do. For me personally, I didn't need it. And I regret buying it. But it was on sale. I think it was on sale. So, and then the flying geese, we've got different ways to do flying geese. I showed those. I think FPP is the most efficient for this. And it uses the smallest pieces, which is what I was wanting to do. I want to go and first I'll go through my scraps and I'll pick the smallest pieces that are within the right size for it that I have, and I'll use those first. Once I use those, I'll go to the bigger pieces I have. This, if you do several at a time, you start with bigger pieces, and that's just not what I wanted to do because I had so many small pieces I wanted to use. Like these were all cut out of just random little pieces, which is what I wanted to do and what I enjoy doing. So there was so many options. I think I was getting overloaded by the options I was having. Oh, what Deborah? Oh, I'm just talking to Deborah. She says, "Yay, Deborah! Bought one too and love it. The weird little button thing on the original is not friendly. Oh, so glad to hear you like yours. She said there was a button on her featherweight. There's just a button. Good morning. And look at you. Copycat. Good morning, Melissa. I was worried you were going to stay in bed or at least taking it easy. Worried, hoping. I was hoping you would, because I know our bodies do what they do. Thank you for all the links, and the links are over there again in case you missed them when I did them, and in case that they're underneath. Anyway, there was just so many options for all the things. I was getting overwhelmed, and I was like, okay, I'm going to sit over here and I'm going to start doing them. First, I took on flying geese, then I went to the HSTs, and I'm just FPP works for me. And now I'm a puppet. Okay, let's put these up. I spent way too much time cleaning my space yesterday after I made a horrible, horrible mess of threads. And since I put the video up midnight last night, my phone was on all night. It's half dead. Oh, it's more than half dead right now. Because I was trying to upload that video from my phone. And I was like, well, if I don't get things done today, at least we've got those videos we can reference. And I think I put enough information on my Google Doc that it will help you understand. I hope. I'm not a pattern writer. You know, this is not my trade. I just do it to share what I'm doing. So who wants to see a little haul from Missouri Star? Anybody? Am I the only nosy person here? And Melissa says, for those of you that don't know, Coleen saved me from a flare over the weekend with med recommendations. I thought you were going to say the exclamation, Coleen. That's why I started doing it. I am so glad. Those are so miserable. I was telling my husband, you can't think during those pain episodes. You can't think. I know the math for my meds and what I can take. But when I'm having one, I can't think. I'm like, can I take this? Can I take that? And I have to write it down after I've taken it, because if it's not working, I'm going to forget that I took it or the dosage that I took. And so that's what we do. We help each other. Oh, listen. Oh, okay. Lynn wants to see a haul. She says, me. And by the way, I got a good look at the birthday stuff that you sent Sylvia, because I don't have time to sit and watch a whole lot. I usually catch a glimpse and then my brain goes, sideways. Those were so cool. Those were great. And if you want my attention, Melissa says, you are a pattern writer. I just don't know that it'll work for everybody's brain. That's why I apologize for it. It works for mine. Yes, we are. That was, like I said, I just hope it should stay in bed today, or at least resting, because I was worried. Melissa, if you want my attention, exclamation COLEEN with no spaces. It doesn't matter if you use capitals or not. Will get my attention. It puts my name in bright orange for me over on my monitor, so I will see it. Do not abuse it. And I think that is mostly for my moderators, because they can't time each other out. Oh, Deborah says me. Okay, let's do a haul. It's a small haul. I was looking for fabrics. Missouri Star was having some great sales. And FYI, if you haven't looked at the sale page on Fat Quarter Shop, first of all, if you do low to high, which I usually do, sometimes I do high to low, because the patterns will show up first for really cheap, so I'll go high to low. Anyway, the sale price isn't necessarily listed high to low. Like if something is $10.99 on sale and then something else was $12.99, but it's $6.99 now, the $10.99 is going to show up first, then the $6.99. Anyway, they have some great deals on yardage on Marshall's Dry Goods. Let's see, what is the ones I was looking at there were from $4.99, which I wasn't impressed with their 108 that I got from them. It's very thin. It's doable, but it's just thinner than I liked. but they have some name brand ones and they go up to $7.99. So if I find anything under $7.99 a yard on Fat Quarter Shop, and I did, I found lots. And then I said, no, you have a vanity, you don't get more fabric. So be sure to check out their sales like that too. And their daily deal. I think they always have charm pack somewhere in there. The flash sale, that's what they call it at Fat Quarter Shop. Anyway, yes, I'm a sale junkie. Okay, so this is from Missouri Star. That's me covering up my information. Anybody know what that stands for? Everybody. Melissa, is your vanity installed yet? Melissa is that vanity installed yet? No, because I didn't want to use the corded drill. I needed a new drill. It was supposed to come yesterday. It's coming today. And I fell last week, which put me 2 days behind everything I was doing. We had snow outside. My husband had cleaned stuff. I did some decluttering. I don't like it sitting in the house. So what I was putting in the trash, I put in the trash bag and I went to take it out. It was very heavy. I stepped down one step, my ankle twisted and down I went. Twisted my foot, bruised my foot, my knee, did something horrible to my lower back and my hip. So I just sat a couple days and went stir crazy. I tried to edit a video and I was so mad about not being able to do anything. That failed, by the way. It was the infinity chain video. I need to get the next installment of that out. Oh yes, I'm waiting on a faucet too. Forgot I was waiting on that. I would have realized it once I got the drill. I am waiting on a faucet too. Melissa said I have to buy a faucet. Mine is leaking like a sieve. The cheapest one I found was at Lowe's. They had them on Amazon kind of cheap, but I worry about the return if something goes wrong. If I get it from Lowe's, we've got one local, so I know that's covered. Plus, my husband gets the military discount at Lowe's. Okay, hide the boxes now because we're minding our own business. I'm telling you, between Dee Dee and Melissa, this one's for you. I hope you have coffee in your hand and it's hot. Between Dee Dee at my big tidy up and Sophia at my great challenge, she said that's a drinking game. The decluttering, DIY, and Sophia is going to make her own vanity. It's not the first time she's done it, but she's learned since the last time she's done it. And I thought the first one was gorgeous. So she's going to make her own vanity again. I can't wait to see that. She said it won't be till spring, fall, maybe. And, you know, she has a job. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's a Etsy seller. I like that there wasn't, 2/3 packing stuff. Okay. Got 108s. That has more pink in it than I thought, but that's okay for what I wanted it for. Hang on a second. Let me get these out. There should be 3 108s and 1 2-yard cut. Hold yours. Oh, great. Now she's changed it. Good morning, Sylvia. Good afternoon, Sylvia. And good morning, Iron Stitches, Tracy. Tell Josh I said get off the computer. And I'm pretty sure that probably said take the trash out. Oh, my husband and Josh were here. And you should have heard. The houses, they're not, like city that's really close. They're a little bit apart. Just a little bit. When I went down, I don't know where that squeal came from. My husband didn't come out to see. My son didn't come out to see. No neighbors came out, and I'm telling you, I was loud. It was not good. Let me scroll up to see what Melissa said. And I apologize if I missed anybody else coming in. Good morning. Oh, let's see. Practically Creative says, I haven't bought a vanity. Well, then that's your first step. I know. Iron Stitches Tracy says, open. Gonna tell Josh I said, get off the computer for an hour. Jason said that had to hurt. Yeah. When I came in, I was just like, I can't remember if my husband said he heard it or he didn't hear anything. Of course, he has earbuds in when he's playing his game, so he probably didn't hear anything. But that box. Okay. I'm saving money ready for holiday when I'm calling at Midsummer Quilters. Can't wait. Oh, I bet that'll be fun. I've seen pictures of that area. It seems like a very pretty area. Okay, I got the box open. Melissa says, drinking game. Every time Coleen mentions Sophia, my big tidy up, you must take a drink of whatever you're drinking. I'm going to apologize now. Oh, I love it when someone says the magic word coffee. Be right back, Tracy said. Oh, good morning. Miss Ellen is here, and she is on later today live if she's feeling up to it. And don't miss Mom and Pop. Also, let's see. I am still in that box. Ellen and I can't remember what I put Mom and Pop under. Was that it? And Mom and Pop are on after. Yeah, that's what I put it under. After me. And I love the project bag, the project tote bag that she did on Friday, and that scrappy quilt she's putting it together. The name of it, Abundance. That's just an amazing name. Okay. Okay, do I need to take these out? Sorry for the noise. It happens when you have packages. Now these are going to go in my boys' dragon quilts. I don't know how yet because I thought I had it planned, and then I showed one and it got shot down. This is it has gradients of color. I don't think is right, but it has different colors. It's a marble. And I thought that will work for so many things in that dragon quilt because the panels that I have these colors. I have other colors to go with them, but I had been looking and looking for something that inspired me to work on that. This one. Okay, the dragon has dragons. One of the dragons has some purple in it. Let's see. This one is Solstice Ombre. Midnight is also at 108, so it's 3 yards. And that has the gradient with a little bit of purple on it. I think just the right amount. What else do we got? Oh, that's pretty. And these, I think this is perfect. It gives just enough purple without being overwhelming in purple. And look how it goes from that pretty light blue. See, now I've got to open it. What's the other one? I need to see if the other one was like this. Let's see if we can. I can't see my monitor. So I think that will go great with those dragons. We're going to have some folding to do. You did not see me do that. I'll go open this one because I thought this was a gradient too. No, was I wrong? It doesn't matter. I wanted the varying colors. 2. Yes, I do realize I'm going to have some cleaning up to do when I'm done. This, man, that had to sound good. This is Stonehenge Quartz Black. Okay, the other one I think was the only ombre of the 108s. And this has the varying. I like this better than grunge. I'm not a fan of most grunges. I hope that's coming through on the camera. Kind of grays and black, crackle kind of looking to me. I really like that. Oh, I missed something. Oh, everybody was talking. Gorgeous fabrics. Sylvia says thank you. Coleen is a Nightbot expert. Do I need to do another video on that? I can do another video on that. I had one and yeah. Now this one is Shell Ombre Color Story by Jennifer oh, I'm going to mispronounce this and I'll apologize. Some Pow. Robert Kaufman. Now this one, I didn't need 2 yards. Okay, I am learning as I go. I did not know you could get 5 yards of bias binding from a fat quarter. I think that's what it was. I had to look it up after my friends Sylvia and Melissa were telling me about it. But this has, I didn't realize it had these pinks. And I have not done my nails. I just doing all the things but my nails. Not that girl. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn said it's a great backing fabric haul. Now this one, I'll use those as regular yardage. This one, if you're digging under there, I got for the binding on my infinity chain quilts. And of course I'll have enough. I'm thinking I'm probably going to use it on that quilt too, which I'm making progress on. I'm going to show you guys. After I did these, I realized there was a better way to do them. I took all the ones on the other side off so I could redo them. And that's actually how I got all the corners for the blue and white. So, and those friendship circles, I have almost all of them done. I just need to add them to the rest of the blocks. These are all, well, that one's not a very good shot. All put together, ready to add. So anyway, I think that is very pretty. And I don't have anything like that. It looks kind of peachy pink is how I'd say that looks to me. Great. Now I've run out of fun things to do. If you're late, this is next week's block. It is nonsense. I'm serious, not making up that. Oh, what happened? Melissa said, oh, pretty. Not a fan of orange, but that's lovely. And it looks orange, but it's more of a peach because I'm not a fan of orange either. In small doses. I can handle it. And Deborah says, orange is my fave. Love all the colors. It looks like a creamsicle. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Looks like a creamsicle. So more peachy. You can make 2 or 3 fat quarters worth of binding ahead of time. I could. And that's what I was thinking. I'm going to cut some ahead of time out of that. So let's see. Miss A. Oh. Ellen says, I love your halo sticker. I want one. Wants to put sewing on my sewing machine. That is from Miss Angel. And there is the link. I think she does have them on her website. And I may be misspeaking or early, but I think she's getting another one made because I have a different one on my other machine. But thank you. That is her link. I can't remember what they were. I can't even remember if I paid for them. I don't remember. Thank you. Orange is my favorite too, Deborah. Miss Ellen says. Cool. Did you see Kate at last homely house? She took orange blocks out. She wasn't keen on them. I did. I saw that. And I was like, I was trying to rearrange it to where it was going to work with the orange. And I was like, you just don't like the orange. If you don't like a color, probability says that color is not going to work when you put it in front of you. If you really dislike it that much. I'm getting used to more colors as I go. There's lots of colors I didn't think that I liked. Okay, we've got that out of the way. And seriously, let's see this. The FPP. Oh, it was just this last Sunday. Do I have Kate in the bot? I had her link. I don't know if I have her in the bot, though. I put Allison in the bot because you get to see what fun they had on Road to California. Iron Stitches Halo. I'm so out of touch. I've been busy helping out in my friend's antique shop instead of sewing. It happens. Okay. I probably need to add her then. I'm not going to touch my mouse right now because fear of hitting the wrong button. She is Last Homely House is her channel though. Deborah says, my car is orange. Had her for 12 years. Melissa, I'm questioning your decisions right now. I must not have her in the bot. I had a link to her somewhere, probably on a copy and paste page. And thank you for that, Melissa. I get distracted. See that? Threads, distracted. Melissa says, at Iron Stitches, Halo is Angel, who is in the chat this morning. Yes, she is when she's not working. And my FPP, I think majority of that I got from her, because if a large shop, and I consider Fat Quarter Shop, Missouri Star large shops, has something, and a smaller shop has something, and it's about the same price, I will get it from the smaller shop. Just because, like I keep saying, if we don't support our smaller shops, we're not going to have them to support. Which, Melissa, you're welcome for this. The French lady, Sophia, over at My Great Challenge, who, by the way, is doing 30 bags in 30 days. If you missed it, I'm telling you, whole month of January, Dee Dee did. And then Sophia started in February, and I'm just like, okay, I've got to do something. Anyway, she has an Etsy shop with antique type stuff. Gorgeous antique type stuff. The shipping can be high, but that's just what shipping is. Nothing you can do about that when you're, one person, not a company. Okay, there's Halo, and we love you, Coleen. She says, thank you. I'll talk to you later, Melissa. You know what popped into my head? Melissa said, why are you questioning my decisions? I'm getting the link. Thank you. Kate at Last Homely House. There it is. Thank you so much for that. 2 drinks. LOL. Yes, I got them both in one sentence. I like supporting people I follow and that encourage me and that inspire me. And when I find them, you're going to know about it. What's that word? Ad nauseum? Okay. Can you tell I'm procrastinating again? 30 minutes. Well, first I took the original and I drew it out on my computer. And I folded it so I could find the center easily. That's just how my brain works. This is 3 and an 1/8, I think is what this was. No, 1, 2, and 6. 2 and 5/8 is what that measured. And I wanted to be able to use FPP on this to make it easier and have even numbers to make it easier, because once you start, I think it's the width is half of the length. So if it's 2 finished this way, it's 1 finished that way. And you can't see what I'm pointing at. 2 finished this way, 1 finished that way. When you start adding eighths, my brain is going to get tired. I mean, I can do it, but I don't want other people to, see that and go, that says an 1/8. Because I'm telling you, there are patterns I will just skim over if I saw an 1/8 in them when I started sewing. And then I thought, this is a very busy one, so I need to break it down to simplify it. Sylvia's laughing. And Melissa, if you watched my video that I put up at midnight, yes. And there's also, if you want to do 32 HSTs, I am not doing 32 HSTs at a time. I will make them bigger and then I'll have to square them all. And I did not want to do that. because this took about 5 minutes. On the FPP, 5 minutes. These I did 2 and 4 at a time, also about 5 minutes. Of course, that's because there's not 32 of them. You get overwhelmed, and I just so because there's so many ways. Great minds think alike. Melissa, 8s hurt my brain too, Lynn says. See? So, but if you like FPP, there is an FPP pattern, which I suggest. And it's a great time to practice. The simplest FPP, I would say, is single HSTs. I put my stuff away. And single flying geese. And so it's a great time to practice those. If you get some FPP that finish at 1 inch for these squares, of course, then you have to sew them together. I had one. Where did it go? Well, then you have to sew them together. How that's pretty. Friends don't look at friends' seams. You all know that. Shame on you. So, and I had trouble because these I did 1 at a time, I think. I think that's what I did. These I did 1 at a time, and this just, it was longer than this one. This should be 3.5 inches square, this whole section, and it's just a repeat. For some reason, on the FPP pattern, it goes, and by the way, I did that. That wasn't a Sylvia thing. I changed, I was putting like, I'm just going to make up the letters A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, and on and on and on until I got down here. And then I decided to start going across instead of up and down. It doesn't matter. This block just keeps turning. So as long as you make that block 4 times, wait, that's right, 4 times, you have it. And what I was saying, Melissa, about the 8 at a time HSTs, I tease her. She's the one, aren't you the one that helped me with the 8 at a time HSTs? It was a Lori Holt pattern. And I was not getting the 8 at a time HSTs, and she did a video, and then I got it. So that's Melissa helping me. I've only been doing this for 3 years maybe, and not full time. I'm not telling you have to watch the video. I'm just saying it might help you figure out what you want to do. And you can always speed up the video. You can slow down the video. If you're on a phone, I think you can zoom in on the video. I'm not sure. If you're on a computer, put it on your TV if you want to see it closer, because I did not do as much up close of the sewing as I usually do. I'm telling you, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my spine stops at 2. Okay. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Basically creative says. Oh, first Deborah says the bird outside wants your attention. That bird always wants my attention. It talks about me. Josh told me so. They talk about me. I don't know what they're saying, but I don't think it's nice. And Melissa says, I'm not doing 32 at a time. Ugh. Sylvia did 32 at a time on one of her shorts, I think. And I was like, I drew it out because I thought it was easiest if I drew it out. And I was using different colors for the sewing lines and the cut lines. And if they were bigger, maybe. Let's see. Flying geese. Oops. Let's see if I can touch this without doing anything. Flying geese are the only FPP that makes sense to me. And it's only 3. So if flying geese made sense to you, and this is printed mirrored, so when you look at the papers, it's going to look like this. When you do the papers, they turn over like this, which I didn't mean. I try not to put it in mirrored unless it's words, because I don't think there's a need to for what I'm doing. What was I going to say? It's So Emma has triangles on a roll, and you can, and these are just Thangles. Like I said, they were in sale. You can take one of these and practice the FPP, or because you get 2 at a time. Yeah, because you, I'm trying to think as I go. Sew this line down the middle. Not sew. Draw it. Yeah. I'll get it. You sew the dotted line, and then you cut on that line. So you get 2 at a time, 1 inch. Why didn't I use that yesterday? That was not one of the things my brain considered. I actually looked at that before I did the video. So there's tons of ways. And this one, I'm going to show you because this one was really fast. This is the FPP. And this is the one that the numbers are going this way for no good reason at all. Actually, first I'll show you these. You take the 1.5 inch ones. And since I've already got one made, I don't have the picture in front of me. I am going to put them together like I did these. Put that one there, put this one here. And I went 3 different ones, and pardon me, Melissa, that's what I was going to say. I went 3 different ones. So I've got these 3 up here, these 3 ready to sew. So I'm going to put them down facing the same directions. We hope. And now we're going to tilt. But I wanted to use my scraps, and I wanted to use my small pieces, my crumbs that were just barely bigger than this. That's why I use the templates and this way, because although it's not the most efficient way, if you're wanting to make a ton, oh, excuse me, I need to take an allergy pill. If you're wanting to make a ton of them, it's not the most efficient way. If you're wanting to use scraps, actually, this is the most efficient way for me because I'm pretty quick at it. If you want to use scraps, this is by far, FPP is great for scraps. So I'm going to turn this one over onto this one. I'm going to line my edges up here and on the sides and get this in the right place so it doesn't run into that middle. I've got a 1.8 stitch. That's just my normal now. I used to use 2.5, but the more FPP I do, it's just change it every time. That way it's muscle memory, basically. Trying to push that seam over, lift it up, put it back down. I cleaned my machine this morning, and if you haven't, you might want to. It was just not good. I had sewn tons of FPP and not cleaned it, and I was just like, just keep going. You shouldn't do that. That's hard on your machine. You wouldn't say that to your car if it needed an oil change, and if you do, shame on you. Okay, so sew those 2 together. Then I'm going to take this one, do the same thing, flip it over, line all my edges up, get them straight. I've got a 1/4 inch foot and I've got seam tape. That does not mean that I have a great 1/4 inch every time. I have to pay attention because I veer, and I'll just go back over it and redo it without taking the stitches out as long as I'm not into the block. I press side, I press to the side usually, not over. That is one thing that I've been practicing, trying to stop doing, and I'm getting better. And that is just how you put the HSTs together for that. Let's see, where's my, need to press it. This is 3.5. It's the ruler spin. 3.5 by 1.5 is what this comes out to. So those were 2 at a time and 4 at a time HSTs. And I have more, but I'm wanting it scrappy. So that's one. Also, if you do them like this and you only want to do like 4 at a time, like I did with the flying geese, I took the flying geese. Let's find which way this one is oriented. You might find this more complicated. I've got my dark color here, my white color there. I'm just going to pin that. I don't want to let go of it to glue it. FPP is just fabulous, and I can see through my papers. I've got a 1/4 inch everywhere. And by the way, I thought I would try putting 3/8 as the seam allowance for everything on this pattern. I like it. You may not. All you have to do is, instead of trimming on the dotted line, put your ruler 1/4 inch right on the solid line and trim a 1/4 inch away. That's all you have to do to make that a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Especially on the templates, I like that. And I got that from Miss Lisa Capon, who, by the way, if you like free patterns, she does free patterns too. But see, I've taken that HST that I've already got, squared to 1.5 inches, unfinished, and you may have some in your stash that you want to use. This would be great. And then all you have to do is sew them together like I showed you this one. But I can use that one and get one of my templates C. I'm lining it up right here because the wide part of this is going to be here and the long part is going to go over there. So when it turns over, there's the long part. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to line it up right there. So you don't have to start with nothing, even if you're doing FPP. You can put the random one there and you still have the accuracy and the help of that line. You're just sewing on the line. Apparently some people learn to sew like that, so you've got a head start. What messes with people is the mirrored image. Like I said, I try not to do that, but because it messes with me. So we've got that one down, and you should iron it. I'm just giving it a good finger press. Then take one of these. One of these or one of these? You can tell I ripped this out of something. Take one of these. The right side. There's the right side. And I'm going to line that up with that. And I'm just lining the bottom of my paper up too when I do that. The long side is right here. Matches the long side of the other one. Raw edges together. I've got overhang I will be trimming off. Once I started putting the pattern up, I was like, oh my goodness, that pattern would scare me if I saw it. That is a whole lot more than a 1/4 inch. Do I have my 1/4 inch over? Yes. I've got more than a 1/4 inch here. This is my new thing, and I did it with my friendship circles over there. If it looks like more than a 1/4 inch, or I want it closer to 1/8, I will take my giant scissors, fold the paper back just like you would with your quarter, add a quarter, or add a quarter plus, and I'm going to cut that. That is not a straight cut. It doesn't matter. It's in the seam allowance. It's okay. I have still got my 1/4 inch over everywhere, and this looks short because I've got that extra on this paper, and I didn't have that exactly where I should. That's all right. That's why we have extra, because I mess up. And I'm wishing I would have done this with those friendship. Oh my gosh. I was not doing them right. Okay. I'll get back in chat and read it. I'm doing the, what is it called? Is it a right angle? Anyway, I'm doing the square right there. These edges are lined up. Also a very fast way. That's probably a 1/4 that I've been using an 1/8. I'm going to cut it down some. I'm using my best judgment. I might ought to use the best judgment of someone else, but flip it back, get a finger press, get another D, And we're going to do that again. Long edge, lined up the long edge of that. Want this side, whatever that is, straight up and down with that side. And we've got a little grace there, so if it's not perfect, it's okay. And by the way, because that looked weird, I'm hanging on to it, you can pin it. I started doing templates because they were easier. I realized Friday, okay, now we watch Lisa Capon. A lot of us watch Lisa Capon. We watch her a lot. I did not realize that is who I saw use templates. I knew I had to have seen it somewhere. But that is who I saw. And I've got some blue peeking out right here. You don't want that coming through your white. So I'm just going to cut those even. See that? No stress. I already got one done. Used an HST we already had. Use that. Let's turn the iron on in back of me. Because we show when we mess up. I did this one yesterday and I was like, okay, I got one done. And then I saw fraying right here. When I tore this out of something else, I did not pay attention and it's cut right there. So that one's not going to work. All I have to do is unstitch this, and I have those two, but I'm not going to do that for a while. These were 2 at a time HST. No, these were the 8 at a time that I need to trim down. Not doing that right now. And then this one, I don't know how I got here. I had some squares left over. I put this one on, sewed it, flipped it back. Okay, I put this one on. I'm on the line. The square should have been the right side. It just, I was like, how do I even manage that? So, and then I was like, okay, clearly I'm not concentrating. I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. And this is going to be quickly squared down to 1.5 by 3.5. I don't need that pin there anymore. And now I'm going to cut the 1/4 inch. Put the 1/4 inch line on the line. And I'm putting the 1/4 inch line up here and over here at the same time. Did I mention change your blade if you haven't? It's harder on your shoulders and back to use a dull blade. I still need to make that Lazy Susan turntable for my cutting mat. Pulling back this way is a much better way to go than going towards yourself. Ask my friends. We are not living dangerously anymore if we can help it. That's probably not true. I've got my 1/4 inch line here and my 1/4 inch line on the solid lines right here. So I have another one done. That went pretty fast. And it's accurate. I'm going to go ahead and sew these two together since I have them over here and I will lose things. But when I do these, right here actually nests. If you have FPP on both sides, that's not necessarily something you need to worry about, because when you put a pin through this side, if you have FPP, and this just changed the channel drastically. If you have FPP on both sides, you would put it through the corner on the other side, and that's how you know they're lined up. But I don't, so I'm just lining my edges up like we would anything else. I hear a tractor. I want the birds back. This mic is so sketchy. Some days it doesn't pick up me, but it will pick up the birds a mile away. I should have ironed these first. That's all right. So I've got these right sides together. That did not feel good. And I'm going to go down the line on this side. So if you want to try FPP and you don't want to stick to it with this, clearly you don't have to. Melissa, I need to get back in chat, but do you watch my Big Tidy Up and Migrate Challenge? Oh, I twisted that. Something else I recently started doing is double checking to make sure I've got my seam all in there, because I have missed my seam before. Now I'll press it. Well, that didn't. I've decided pressing them back at me is easier than trying to get them out over here. All right. Right, because when it's flipped over, oh, I've already got that one there. When it's flipped over, you've got the dark and the light, the dark and light. And then when you turn it to the right side, yeah. And this is actually going on the bottom corner over here. And if you notice, all of the outer corners have white. So that's how you know you've got the right corner. Let's finish that one up somehow. Think about it a second. Okay. Oh, I've got two stars together. See, that's why. Let's get in chat real quick. Let's see. Tracy said, "Sub to Halo. Looking forward to great binge watching." It is. Tips, tricks, and she does tests. I watched some of your video this morning, Lynn said, but needed to clean the bedroom and change bedding. We'll catch up later. Thank you. I appreciate that. Still working on my watch time. It'll get there. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I have to do that. Like when Mom and Pop are on, I'm usually doing all the other things. And I've got them on the TV. Like I did Lisa. When I decided that I needed to comment, I was like, okay, she's on the TV. I'm on my back on the couch. My computer and my phone are across the room. I'm going to have to remember to do this Saturday. Melissa said, Tracy, Halo has the best customer service of anyone. She really does. She really does. And if you ever have a problem, if you order from Halo, Angel and crew, if you ever have a problem, do not hesitate to contact her. Email her. Just tell her what your problem is. She gets back to you very fast. You know, life happens, and maybe it's not always going to be like that, but that has been my experience and Melissa's experience. And I had trouble with that one rotary cutter. She tried to duplicate the problem so she could help me. She spent a long time trying to duplicate this problem. And she contacted the company, I'm pretty sure. So, and if you want something that she doesn't have, ask her for it. Ask her if she can get it. There you go. Oh, Melissa finished her coffee. Where did I scroll? My phone is ringing. I'm not answering it. I owe my mom a call, by the way. She called while I was on the floor decluttering. Wow, how far did I go back? I'm going to apologize for that phone ringing. It won't ring long. Ooh, okay. No idea who's on my phone. Trying to find where I lost the conversation. Okay, there we are. And Halo said, "Oh, shucks, Melissa, very kind of you to say." She says, "Not kindness, Halo, it's true." And it is. And it was Melissa that helped me with the 8 at a time HSTs. And Halo is blushing. "You have great tips and tricks, Coleen. Thank you, Lynn. The 4 at a time flying geese are easy once you get your head around what you're doing." It is. If you take it slow and pay attention to what you're doing, it's still. I was kind of timing, and all of the things that I did were about equal time when you take out the seam ripping, because I've done something by not paying attention. They all took about the same time. So whatever works best for you, except for the traditional piece one, it did take a little bit longer. Tracy says, "I'd be lost without quilting tutorials." I'm not ever doing 32 again, Sylvia says. And Halo, "It's only because we are quilters too and care. 8 is the simplest for me, Sylvia. I really think that's the max my mind wants to do." And Melissa says, "Angel doing things like including an extra inch or so of fabric to make up for a tiny bit of angle at the other cut end is fantastic service, in my opinion." And the smiley face. "Yes, but I use those tiny offcuts in applique, so I really notice things like that." Angel says, "As a quilter myself, then when 108 is ripped, you need a little bit to be able to clean it out." And when she says rip, she means snip the edge, rip it apart, because it's going to follow that. I have no idea what the technical term is, but it's going to follow that thread down the rip. Some people are very against that. I rip fabric apart and use it in my stuff all the time. Give it a spray of water, give it a quick iron. It's going to go right back into shape. I don't know how many times you can do that before that's not true, though. And that's why Joann's is going out of business. They hire employees, not quilters and sewers. Practically Creative said, "I believe that that's true." And Miss Ellen says, "I just ordered me 3 stickers. Had to have them." Yay, Miss Ellen. She got 3 Halo stickers. That looks like a great place for leaders and enders, Coleen. And it is. What was I was actually doing that yesterday, trying to save time. There you go, Ellen. Melissa said, "Exactly, Melissa, like craft stores that have business managers with no crafting experiences. Companies will fail." And Halo says, "You are more right than you may realize. I have an interview from someone who tried to help them on the digital aspect of their business." Tracy says, "Love the sounds of sewing." Dee Dee at my big tidy up. Melissa, you're going to have to get some water. And maybe water pills. Because Dee Dee said, "Iron stitches, I love the sound of sewing too." Thank you, Dee Dee. And Dee Dee doesn't sew, because she is very encouraging and she is a light. I think everybody in my chat is so. But what I like best about the 2 organizing people that I mentioned most, and there's a third one that I watch, these 2, Dee Dee and Sophia, who, by the way, I've been following since like 2016, 2017. They don't shame you about your stuff. They don't try to get you to get rid of things that you like. Okay, that's done. Oh, Joann's website, Melissa? Yeah. That's why I didn't order, because the website, it says discount, then it takes the discount, then it'll give you the discount, then it says it's in the store, and then it says it's not in the store, then it says they have it, and then they don't have it, and it just was a pain. And she says, "Bottom line was the higher ups didn't know what their customers did with their products." Sad face at Joann's. That's horrible. Those are so tiny. Miss Ellen, I want to get some stickers made for my channel. They're just so cute. Scan and Cut, I bet, could do that. I wanted to order a ton of fat quarters, which were all supposed to be $1 each. It was a nightmare, Melissa said, talking about Joann's. My bot reminding everybody, give a thumbs up, sub, ring the bell for notifications, comment, and share. Kindness is contagious. Be the light you hope to see in others. Please visit my mods and friends. See what they have to offer, and if you like them, give them a sub too. Ellen, check out Vistaprint. Lots of deals there for stickers and branding if that's what you're looking to do. If you have, I don't like buying colored ink just because I don't know what my problem is with that. If you have Vistaprint and a sticker paper, like packaging paper or something like that, you can make your own sticker. Lisa is a friend of mine. She is a doll. Wait, which Lisa? Are we talking Lisa Caven? I saw her in your chat one day. Okay, I've just clicked on weird things. We need to stop that. You know, we don't want to kick Melissa out. Stop. Okay. She and Melissa are the ones who convinced me to try applique. And it took off in me. And she is so sweet. I did one of her blocks, I think my first year. I just wanted to do one of her blocks. And so I emailed her. I asked her if it's okay. And she's like, well, yeah. And she was very supportive. And Sylvia is a mod for her, I believe. Melissa says, I adore Lisa Capen. I've been a fan of hers for years. And Lisa is the enabler on new products. Intense pencil silicone matte patterns. True. Okay, I saw somebody wanted my attention. I was just going to comment on that. Forgive me, I'm going to have to skip through because I'm never going to catch up. Sylvia said vertical side. I have aloe gel, Miss Ellen. No. She did use that. Ellen, it has the multiple uses. Because you are magic, Coleen. Yeah, she's cutting safely. Sylvia says, I was just going to comment on that at Coleen Sews and Chats. Okay, let's get down. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 more coffees, Sylvia said. Melissa finished her coffee. Deborah said something that scrolled right. Okay, that wasn't nice. Oh no, don't put things away for safekeeping. You will never find them darn things again. Ask me how I know. I've lost another seam ripper, by the way. Okay, I'm scrolling down. I'm going to have to catch that later. We use Imprint for stickers. Angel, I don't have the tech skills for Imprint. Vista is easier for me. I use Vista and Canvas now. Melissa, if only I had sewing room. One said, I don't remember what I was doing with this in my hand. So much talking. I appreciate it. I am here for the chat, people. I like giving away patterns. I like doing, tutorials and things like that. I am here for the chat. And Lisa Capen is like that. Okay. So we've done 2 of those. We were going to do 1 more. That same way. I haven't used this one yet. But I want to make sure the pretty side of this HST is out. Dark up here, light down here. I'm going to look at this, make sure I can see through my paper so I know my seam line is where that line is, down the middle, and it's straight. See the tricksy things? Well, when I realized that she is where I learned templates from, I was like, oh, I need to give her credit. It's not okay to take somebody else's idea and not give them credit. And sometimes I don't know where I see things. But if I do, and I know who did it, I will give them credit because that's just what you do. Okay, I don't want that one. There you go. I don't think I used this one yet. Okay, we're going to take another one of these. Let's see. Turn it over the way it's facing. And then put this up here. Let's see, so I've started on number 3 because I cheated for number 2. And if you've got random HSTs, I'm telling you, this would be brilliant for those. I think lots of people do. That was one of my popular videos. Use your HSTs and blocks. That's your cutoffs. That is well more than a, you see through that? That goes from here up to here. Something else I did this weekend, I put my finger there. I'll bend that over. Because I did a lot like this for that friendship circle. Where's my scissors? They're in front of me, aren't they? Cut them off. I don't get another tool out. I don't have to do anything else. I just cut it off. And I can see this is well above right there where my seam line is. So I'm going to cut that off too. Willy-nilly and no regrets. So that was a C piece. And then you take the D and line it up, long edge right there. Let's see. So we've done 1 and 2. We had done 4 is 3. Now we're on 4. Look at that. I'm even going in order. I'm just trying to get that kind of even on that. Line up my raw edges, flip it over. Fold this back, give it a press if you're smart. Oh, come on. See how that is. See, here is usually where we take the add a quarter ruler, put it on our next sewing line, pull this down. You have to unstitch that a little bit. This is hard to do in midair. Pull this down. Then this fold right here is what this lip right here goes on top of. Take your rotary cutter and cut that off. I will fold it over and do as I please, as long as it's 1/8 to 1/4. This is not the appropriate way to do it. It is the easy way to do it until your hand starts cramping. Tracy, Albert, I see you. Yay! She just woke up, but I'm still live. Yeah, and it might be a little bit before I shut up. Then I need number 5. So I want the right sides together. Every time you want the right sides together. And you can see through there that I've got a 1/4 inch maybe. See, I knew there was no way this thing was getting completely done, but I could show you the pieces of it. Tracy is our friend and Sylvia's adopted daughter in Canada. Throw that out. That one's going to say almost baseball when I put it. Oh, I meant to go for more blue. I must not have been paying attention. And this has well over that 1/4 inch right there. I'm going to put my nail right here. I'm going to fold it over because I got very good at this weekend. Pull those, unstitch. Cut that off. And look how quick that went. Willy-nilly, loosey-goosey, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll get another D. And I'm going to do 2 flying geese after this with the FPP. Right sides together, lining up this raw edge. My corner is right here. It's 6. So that's how it looks when you have it down in front of you. We're going to go over that. And Lisa, by the way, Lisa Capen, I'm never going to get anything accomplished if I keep getting checked. She is, what was I going to say? There was going to be something nice, I guarantee it. I can't remember what I was going to say. Press that back. I'm going to just press with my iron real fast. Man, I wish I remembered what I said. So this one we had done, we added these. Take that pin out. We're going to get this down to 1.5 by 3.5. Sylvia, Melissa. I really wish I knew what I was going to say about Lisa. By the way, I talk about people all the time. I like sharing channels that I like Mom and Pop will be on after me. I will be finding something to declutter. I may have to go in the garage. I don't know if it's going to be warm enough to go in the garage today, but the other room I can't get into because there's a great big vanity in the middle of that room. Okay, then we've got a third one. And we want it facing just like these did. Flip it over, right sides together. Nothing lines up here. I shouldn't have lined that other one up, I think. And then I'm going to go down that line. I'm not going to pin it because I like to live dangerously. Amen. Corners are a fight. If you bring your wheel only halfway up, it's not going to pull out as easily. So if you're using a wheel, bring it all the way up and this will pull out really easily. And if you pull it that way, mine has a piece of thread that goes over here for that lower bobbin. When I pull it this way sometimes or this way sometimes when I, not paying attention, that will come off of that and then I'll have a mess. Look at that. Got all my points. We'll have that point when we add the seam allowance. And this should be 3.5. That's not even close to the right side. Let's see, 3.5. You straighten up the bottom a little bit. So that's 3.5. And this one will go with the white side on the outer corner right there. I should have sewed that one together. Okay, so we've got that. Does that look right? I think that's right. Yeah, the lettering on the back says it's right. Follow your lettered pattern, which, by the way, I put up there now because for some reason I only had a picture. So I need to sew these 3 together, and they're going to go onto this. Then I'll sew the rest of my geese. And I lied. I'm not doing the other 2 flying geese right now. That is all in the video. But I am going to do that center part because I really like how it looks. Oh. And for my center, you can do a plain 2.5-inch center here. You don't need to do FPP. You don't need to do a square and a square. I wanted to, so I am. These caps are a little bit harder to get off. It may be my hands. Right side of the fabric facing up. And so the wrong side of your fabric on the first piece, the wrong side of your fabric and the wrong side of the paper. And I have about 1/4 inch. Not quite. Reposition. Not going to hurt anything. I like that better. Oh. No, I don't have a light box, but when it's really dark and the lights aren't cooperating, I have this. It was like a 2-pack for $12 on Amazon. I use them in the bathroom and the kitchen and stuff, and I'm sorry if this is blinding you, but it's got intensities and shades. And I'll show you just as soon as I get it back where I want it. See if I can do it without blinding you. Can you see that? It works great when I'm getting frustrated. It doesn't happen very often, but I found that was very handy with the small pieces when my eyes were not cooperating with me. Okay, first piece is on. Let's do the second piece. And I did these like Fat Quarter Shop does them. I'm going to do, let's see, our center is here. I'm going to do 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So 2 would be here. Right sides together. I'm just lining up my edges right here. Okay, did you see that? That was satisfying. This has pink edges. They lined up. And then I'm going to go hold on to my threads, use leaders and enders. Other than getting something else done, it does not help this machine at all. If your machine is eating too much of your fabric, if it is sticking a lot that you've noticed, you may need to change your needle. By the way, I did see Halo said, and if you're changing your blade, change your, or clean your machine and change your needle. Is that what I saw? I may be putting words in her mouth. So I've got that one on. I'm going to do the opposite side, right sides together, just like all piecing right sides together. Then I'm going to turn it upside down and I'm going to sew on this line, and I'm just starting, lining it up, starting off my paper, going down the line and through. I really wish I could remember what I was going to say. Like that, I have two, and I'm just giving a finger press. You should be pressing with an iron of some kind. I'm trying to get this one tense. Okay, 4 right sides together. These are the templates. D. This is also the D template. This uses the D, and the blue white uses the D template. See, like right here, I can't see through this paper. I know that that edge is right, or I suspect it is, and that's what I'm going to use. Our block of the month with Sylvia, Melissa, and myself comes out on the 8th. We give an inspirational thing, and then you run with it. See what you want to do. Okay, we've got 2, 3, we've got 3. Right sides together. Always right sides together. And this, the corner is touching the outside of my paper here and here. I'm telling you that, making it bigger, the template's just a little bit bigger. I only added an 1/8. She added a 1/2 inch. Lisa did. That's not what I was going to say earlier, but I only added an 1/8, and that's so helpful. You can even cut them out bigger if it's not added on your template or pattern. If it's at 1/4 of an inch, just take your ruler, put it at that 1/2 inch away from the solid line, 3/8 or the 1/2 inch away from that solid line, and you get a bigger template. So that would probably help with a lot of the ones I'm doing. Oh, isn't that adorable? I love that. And this squares down to 2.5 inches. As soon as I find my stuff. Man. By the way, I think I've said this before. I will pay more for good customer service. There is a company I ordered from. They don't ship your fabric until you've emailed them once to say, hey, it's been a week and a half. Now, if you want to wait for the lower cost, it's not cheap, it's lower cost fabric, and do that, you can. Sometimes, you're in a hurry, you want to get that one thing done. And personally, I don't care for having to do that. And I think that's why I haven't ordered from them in a long time, even though they have lower cost, because this is probably like leftover or something. I don't know how they do it. But anyway, love our small shops. Isn't that cute? Do I have one finished? Okay. And this is going to go in the center. We're going to turn this right sides together. And since this is FPP, I'm just going to follow this line straight down. Otherwise, you would just do 1/4 of an inch right here. And you can see where my lines cross right here. Well, maybe you can't see it. They cross right here. My line is right at the top of that. If I was doing this without the paper, I would try to keep my needle right at the top of where those intersect. And Dee Dee has stayed long enough that it's time for her to go get all her things done. By the way, I bought spice rack holders, and I'm not sure. Sophia was doing her cabinet, and I was like, I can put more shelves in the cabinet. There's just a certain amount of things that you have on hand all the time, and I did not do the 1/4 inch there, so I'm going to go back over this. My 1/4 inch was a little bit short. I'm just going to turn it over. My phone went off, and it's over there because it's charging. And Lynn has to leave in 5. I should. Lynn has to leave in 5 to go to her daughter's. Yes, I have been on here too long. I tend to do that, and I apologize for that. I'm going to regret it myself, honestly. See, I've got my corner, and I've got this side. Actually, I can turn it this way. Move these around since it's a repeat. I'm just going to move these around and throw them off the board. Why wouldn't we do that? I like working with them with the fabric sides up. And after I've done these 3 together and these 3 together and this other corner over here, I'm just going to go row. And I put a picture at the bottom. What is it Dee Dee says? Gracie, my middle name. No, somebody says that. I don't know. I'm going to take the rows and I'm just going to put them together, right sides together like this. And these will nest right here and right here. And I will finish this block off camera. I think you get the idea. That's so much easier. And I like it. I think it is very pretty. And it's going to look great over here in my Show Me State City Lights. I hope I gave you enough information to do this, the rest of this on your own. If you're doing it with me, if you're doing it later, I hope I've provided enough information for that. If you have question, comments, just want to say hi, there's a whole section underneath intended for that. I am slow at getting back to you because I forget to check my comments. I get busy and I forget. I'm a horrible YouTuber. It's okay if you think that. I forget, but eventually I do respond to my comments. I try to actually respond when I can. I did have questions about my infinity ring, which I am going to get another video up on that if I can get everybody in my house to shut their mouths at the same time. That was the struggle this last week. I can't sew. I should be able to sit here and do a voiceover, which was not good for my twisted back from the wall. Just as soon as that record button was hit, they turn into toddlers. They know. I've told them. I've growled at them. I've threatened them. I may have punched them a couple times. When I say punch, it's not an abusive punch. It's like, I mean, literally. That smack. It doesn't hurt. It just makes a noise. My husband would do that to my leg. He'd cup his hand where it caught air. It would smack so loud, terrify everyone. I can hear it. It didn't hurt at all. So that is how we play. We're not really, trying to hurt each other. I don't want to put the wrong idea out there. So Sylvia says, lovely block. I will put a picture on my community page when I get this one all put together and finished. Hopefully today. I've got other things I need to do. When I finish this, when I finish my scrappy strength quilt is what I'm calling it, I was going to move on to my honeybee panel, but I have something that I want to do in between then. That's probably not going to be on camera at all, but I want to get that started and finished hopefully in a month. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try to get that. And after the person that gets it shares it, then I will share on my channel what I did. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you for keeping chat going. Thank you for watching. Thank you for just being here. If you're a lurker, you know we love our lurkers too. You're always appreciated. Don't think we're leaving you out. Deborah says, ugh, all the guys in my house. Oh, yeah. So one of the things I decluttered, I got new towels, they're not coming out until the vanity's done. We had a bunch of white towels with colored strips on them. So I didn't want to bleach them. My husband kept grabbing the white towels that I didn't want to take the time to bleach or anything else. They need to be bleached, but that line's going to bleach out on them. I don't trust color safe bleach. I just don't. So anyway, my phone is going off again. Everybody's saying nice block, pretty block. Thank you all. Thank you, Tracy. Don't miss. Miss Ellen is on later, and Mama Pop is on. She's doing cross stitch. Laura Lynn, Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. She comes on at 11 Eastern time, and she is in Canada. Love our Canadian friends, and one of my favorite blocks I've made for the block of the month is my Canadian block. It's more complicated, but I love it. So have a great day. Sylvia Tracy says, and we're all going to say, have a great day. Enjoy your day. Be nice to someone. Leave a kind comment in someone's, it doesn't have to be mine. Leave a kind comment in some content creators' comments. Let them know they matter. You care. You appreciate them. Even if they can't get back to you right away, or if, thousands of subscribers, do that, because you don't know if you're the one comment that is just going to make their day or make them feel like, okay, I can keep doing this. Kindness is free, Tracy says, absolutely. Take care, lead with kindness, and be the light you want to see in others. I'll see you next Tuesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time.